One of the interesting theories that we are learning in Dr. Viesel's class is the situational leadership according to Bogardus. He believed that situational factors determined who will emerge as a leader rather than a person's heritage. The result of a great leader is the result of time, place, and circumstance. In older societies, there was a lot of hierarchical distance where it was unchanging who the leaders were. In democracy, it is possible for a leader to train those that are up and coming, and then ultimately those that they have trained can take their place. Oftentimes, there are many factors that will take part in this, and some of those are just group factors, characteristics of the potential leader, the style of the potential leader, and some of the traits that ultimately make him the right fit for that setting. Another very interesting theory that we are learning about is Hershey and Blanchard's situational leadership theory. It breaks it down to 4 different leadership styles. You must use a different leadership style depending on the situation. Different styles of leadership may be more appropriate with certain types of decision making. Proposes the leaders choose the best course of action upon situational variables. Their model allows one to analyze the situation and then use the most appropriate leadership style. Leadership style can vary from one person to another depending on their competencies and their commitment to the task. The 4 different styles are telling, selling, participating, and delegating. For telling, it's a leader tells a subordinate what to do. This is very high task focused and low relationship focused. Leaders define the roles for them to follow, and it's for people who lack competence but are enthusiastic and committed. Selling is discuss the idea with subordinates to sell them on the idea to get them excited about it and buy in. It's very high task focus and high relationship focus. Leader still defines the task but seeks ideas and suggestions from the follower. It's for people with competency but they lack the commitment. Participating, this gives more leeway to subordinates. The input from the leader will be limited to the subordinates and they get an active role in making the decisions, but the control of the project is still guided by the leader to completion, so it's low focus and high relationship focus. It's for people that have competency but lack of motivation. Delegating is a hands-off approach, not very involved, allows the person to make most of the decisions themselves. Very low task focus and low leadership focus. It's for somebody that has a lot of drive, a lot of commitment, and a lot of competency in the area and can handle making those decisions. Ultimately, though, they're still involved in the final decision, but other than that, it's really hands-off. Another very interesting theory that we're learning about is Vroom and Yetton's normative theory. The model is designed to help you identify the best decision-making approach and leadership style to take based on the situation. It breaks down into 3 different factors that you look at: decision quality, team commitment, and time constraints. After that, you break down into 5 different pieces in the model process. There's the autocratic A1, which is the use of information at hand to make decisions. Autocratic A2, consult the team to obtain specific information, and then you make the final decision. Consultative C1, fill the team in on the situation individually, and it's not a group discussion. Consultative C2, get team together as a group to discuss the issues, gather suggestions, but you still make the final decision. And there's collaborative G2, which is work as a team to get to a group consensus and decide how you want to make the decision. You're only there to facilitate and help. You would use consultative or collaborative if you need information from others to solve the problem. Problem cannot be easily defined. Members need to buy in, or you have plenty of time to consult the group. Autocratic, where it's on your own, is kind of when you have a greater expertise than everyone else in the subject, more confident acting alone. You know they'll accept your decision, and there's little time available to make these decisions. A 4th interesting theory that we're looking at is House's path goal theory of leadership. This model is used to figure out the leadership style or behavior that best fits the employee and the work environment. This is largely based off of Vroom's expectancy theory, in which an individual will act in a certain way when they believe they know the outcome and are in favor of that outcome. Ultimately, the goal here is to increase your employees' motivation, empowerment, and satisfaction so that they become more productive and really buy into the whole entire team idea and what you're shooting for as a group. The process of the model is to determine the employee and environmental characteristics. Then at that point, you evaluate the 4 different leadership styles and choose which best fits the certain situation. Those 4 styles are directive, supportive, participative, and achievement. And then once you put those into place, there's just a large focus on the motivational factors that will help the employee to truly succeed